Hello and welcome to Maggie's Fun Time. This is Magzie, and today we are on 1.8. I'm going to start up a new quick start guide series for 1.8. Show y'all how to get started and get in the game and get to doing. Um, like all my quick start guides and how-to guides, I'm going to start out with controls on this because this is the main game, and if you're just starting, then you'll need to know how to work the controls and everything. This guide is not for pro players to look at and see how the game should be played. It's for people that have just bought the game, started the game, and want to know how to play, or somebody who's played the game for a week, 2 weeks, and needs just a couple of helpful hints to stay alive longer and survive longer and get a good start at the beginning. So that's where we're at. The first thing you want to know is if you're going from 1.7 to 1.8. And you've got kind of an older computer, you want to go in here to game options and go to your video settings, and this one right here, alternate blocks, you want to make sure this is turned off. Now the reason you want to make sure this is turned off, because if you turn this on, what it does is in game it tries to use the most complicated block graphics it can from everything that I'm reading. Excuse me. And with this turned on, it does that in game, so that causes a lot of lag. So make sure this is turned off before you start your game. Now if you want, you can turn it on, go into the game, see how it works. If it works fine for you, then leave it on. Most people are having problems with this alternate blocks, so it's best just to leave it off now until they fix it. I don't know what that. They also got rid of one of the settings. You can go in. I will post in the bottom for the 1.8 patch notes, and you can look up. They got rid of one of the graphic settings. I'm trying to think what the name of it was. Anti-lacing, I think is the one they got rid of. And then they have this new one here. Now this is supposed to give you about a 10% increase depending on your computer. All right, so do not turn this on in game. Always log out, turn it on, then log back in. If you turn this on in game, it'll give you graphical errors all over the screen. Like you'll be able to see through the world and stuff. My experience, that happened to me every time I've done it. I've done it about 5 or 6 times on my computer, and it always did that. So make sure you log out before you turn this one on. Use VOBs. I leave it off because I don't need it right now. So those are the two new settings. Make sure if you get a lot of lag in the game, make sure you go. This is default setting for this is on, so it will be on unless you change it. Okay. Okay, now we got the customized skins here now, and you can turn off your different sleeves and stuff if you want. You can turn off your jacket and stuff like that. I believe your skin has to have that stuff on it, so if you turn it off, you'll probably just get the regular skin setting. So just be mindful of that. You might want to update your skin first if you haven't done it. If you haven't updated your skin and you're wondering how to do that, you go online and go to Minecraft.net and go to your profile, and there are settings in there for you to change it. You will have to go to a site that has the skins and then update it from there. But they have ways on the site under your profile to change your skins. Also, my resource pack. These are 1.7s, and they haven't been upgraded to 1.8 yet, so I'm having to use the default one, in case you guys are wondering. Okay, so first we want to go to Create World. This is the new thing, so we're going to call this Maggie's Quick Start Guide version 1. Okay. I don't need the period. Okay, so we go to more reward options, and we want allow cheats on. Now what this does is you can cheat and spawn stuff in and stuff with cheats on, but also there are specific game rules that are not in none of these menus, and this will allow you to turn them off and on. Okay, and I'll show you which ones that you need to start playing with, or that my suggestion to you is to start playing with when you first start, just to get the feel for the game, and then you can not turn them on after you've got used to the gameplay. You don't have to. You can play with the default settings if you want. That's up to you. Um, I'm going to turn bonus chest on. I have bonus chest on my other one, so I'm going to do this when we start the actual tips and how to start the first night and stuff. I'm not going to do that right now. I do want to go through this. You can turn this generation structures, villages, dungeons, and stuff on and off. If there's a specific thing you don't like and you don't want that to spawn, then you can go under here to customize and hit customize, and you can turn it off in here. So let's say you don't like mine shafts, so you can just click that off and then click that on if you want it back on. You can make the biome sizes bigger up to 8. I'm assuming that's 8 chunks. If you know, let me know in the comments below. My son, Lava Oceans is off. You can turn it on if you want. Dungeon count, you can move that up and down, all this other stuff. All the biomes are in here. The one biome I want to do a let's play on is not in here. So if anybody knows how to get the Ice Plain Spikes biome, I want to do a let's play in that biome and I cannot find it. So I'm gonna have to find a seed or something. But I'll explain it in a different video. We don't need that right now. If you just want certain things on or off, you can come in here, just leave all biomes on, and just turn off what you don't want. So you can go over here. You can change. This is the amount of times it will try to spawn in a chunk. This is, I'm sorry, this is the size. Spawn size is the size of the actual ores, so it can have up to 17 in it. This is the number of times it tries in a specific chunk, if I'm not mistaken, to place ores. This is the minimum height. This is the maximum height that it can spawn in. As you can see, some of these are pretty high up. This one's set high now because of the extreme heals has a bunch of coal in it now, so it wants it to spawn that high up. You can come in here and change all this to make a custom world. These next two are for expert users only. Don't change any of these unless you know what you're doing. And also there are presets. I haven't tested any of these. I'm going to do a let's play, not a let's play, but I'm going to go through and spawn each one of these worlds off camera and save them, and then we'll go in and do a map video for each one of these, just showcase it, how it looks and everything. So we're going to go back to cancel because we just want the default right now, because I have a map seed, and my map seed is called Magnus Myra. Now, this is the name of my WoW character, and WoW is my main. It's the name I use a lot for stuff. This is my personal map that I made way long time ago, and the seed is still current, and the map generation is still current. So I believe this is the way to spell it. So we'll jump in here and see. And once you get all these settings the way you want them to be, let's go ahead and do bonus chest now. We can show that off. And then we'll go to create world. And it will take a few seconds to load the world. Excuse me, I gotta get something to drink. Sometimes it takes it longer, sometimes it takes it shorter time, just depends. Okay, there we go. Okay, yep, this is the world. This is my map seed. You just enter the Magnus Mire with capital M, just as it was spelled in the thing. And I will also put it in the comment in the section below to show you off. Okay, so first thing, the controls. This is WSD A controls. W moves you forward, S moves you backwards, A stripes left, D stripes right, spacebar jumps. And when you jump, in general, when you jump, you use more hunger. If you double tap, you run. Double tap W runs. There's no double tap on the back, so sorry. If you walk up to a block, left click breaks the block. Right click places the block. Also, if you go up to items, you can right click to open them or use them. Okay. So this is your starting chest here. It usually spawns with 4 torches around it. If you want to spawn this in and not use the chest and just get the 4 torches around it, that's cool. If you're playing in adventure mode, you'll probably want to use the starting chest to get starting tools. Mind you, they changed adventure mode now to where that item actually has to have the break suffix under it in order to break blocks. Otherwise, you can't break any blocks in the world. I'm not going to be playing on that anymore until I do a lot more research. We're not going to be doing any kind of gathering or first night things here. Now, that's your basic controls. Now, if you press T, it'll open the chat menu here. And you can, if you're playing on a server, you can type to your friends and stuff, say hello, and it pops up in the chat. Also, this is where you enter your player commands. Okay, so if you hit slash and then the tab button, it'll show you all the types of commands that you can enter. You can enter all those commands. The one we are looking for is game rules. So you hit game rule and hit space, and then if you hit tab again, it'll tell you all the game rules that you can change. Okay, now if you don't want it to show your death messages, you can enter this and turn it to false, and it won't show death messages on your chat anymore. Okay, so if you're playing on a server, that might be useful because you don't want to. If it's a large server, you won't want to get all those death messages in your thing. So, natural regeneration here. That is where your health regenerates. That just makes the game a little bit more harder, a little bit more hard than normal. You don't regenerate your health over time like you normally would with a full hunger bar here. You just you have to eat apples, golden apples, and get regeneration potions, stuff like that. You can build a you can get another star and build a beacon and get regeneration that way. It makes it just a little bit more difficult. Do daylight cycle. You can turn off the daylight cycle to where I can actually show you that one. So you do hit enter daylight cycle and then go to false, and now the sun will stay in that spot no matter what. It will never move until I turn on daylight cycle again. Okay, and for this video I'm going to leave that off just because I don't want to have to worry about sleeping or monster spawning or anything. So and in this game you have about 10 minutes of daytime when you first spawn in. And when it starts to get too dark, it will start spawning monsters. Now, let me explain a couple things to you. This sun provides, if I'm not mistaken, light everywhere that's not covered. Okay? Now, I'll give you an example of this torch. This torch has 14, I'm gonna say candles, because I don't know if Minecraft actually has a word for this. It provides 14 candles of light, and each space away from this that's not in the sun takes away so many candles of light. So if we go past, I'm gonna dig this out just to show. If you have surfaces that are not in the sun, like in a cave somewhere, and you place a torch, you are protected from spawns up to 5 blocks away. Okay? At which point it's going to start getting dark enough right here to start spawning monsters. Now, what this means is that you can actually, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. You can actually take, let's take this one real quick. You can take this torch and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can place torches this far apart and get full coverage. And this should be a 9x9. It should be full coverage here, so you shouldn't. But just to be sure, you want to go ahead and place them every 5 blocks. So if you want to maximize to where you don't get no spawns whatsoever in an area, you want them 5 blocks apart. Okay. Now, as I said before, this is your starting chest. It usually starts with axes, either wood or stone, or pickaxes, wood or stone pickaxes. A couple of logs. Sometimes it'll spawn planks. It always have some kind of food in here, usually bread and or apples, and usually a couple of sticks, which is kind of helpful. I have always had it spawn oak and Acada wood. I don't know if that's something in the coding. That's the only two I've ever seen come in this box. Acada wood is really, really pretty. Let me show you real quick. This is Acada wood. You can find it in Savannah. You have to go to Savannah to find this one. And that's what it looks like. Let's put a blocks here so you can see what it looks like regular. Yeah, it's real, real pretty. I like that one. I like this in combination of the dark oak wood. Let's put the rest of this back in here. Okay, so we're back to player commands. Now, this stays up here. Okay, so you can go back to this menu and look at the different stuff on here. And if you need to look at it again, you just do that thing I showed you. The other game rule, there's 2 game rules you want to probably start out with when you first start playing. And then don't play with them all the time, okay? Do the first couple of games that you play with them on or off, and then play a couple of games with them with it on so you can see the difference. But when you first start playing, you want to get used to the games and the controls and stuff. It's good to go ahead and have these game rules off. So the first one is game rules keep. Just hit K and then hit the tab button and it'll fill it in for you. And then you want this one to be true. Oh, I capital letters, I swear. The game doesn't recognize capital letters. Game rule. Unless it's part of the coding. See how like this right here is a capital I? That's part of the coding to be the capital I. And true. There we go. And now if I die, we'll get in here and suffocate. Stay here and suffocate. Just a couple more blocks just to show you. There's a zombie. There must be a cave near us. Here we go. Each time you drown, you'll take 1 hearted damage, or yeah, 1 hearted damage every round until you die. There you go. And you hit respawn, and it'll respawn you right at spawn. Right here where we're at. Don't mind that. It's the game reloading in. And as you can see, all my items are with me. If you leave that off, you'll have to go back to where you died and then pick up all your items. So it's up to you. Just player preference. It's good to start out with. That way you're gonna die. You're gonna die a couple times. A lot of times when you first start playing, because you don't know the game or the controls or anything like that. So you're probably going to die a couple times. So it's a good thing to keep on when you first start. The second game rule that you probably want to leave off is mob griefing, and you want to false this one. And what this does is there are creatures in the world called creepers. They're little green camo looking guys with 4 legs and no arms, and all their job is in the world is to find you and try to hug you. The problem is when they get within 3 blocks of you, they have an internal TNT timer that starts and it'll explode. and it takes out blocks in a 3x3 area depending on the blocks that they're standing next to. Some blocks are more resistant to blasting than others, so be mindful of that. You can look that up on the wiki. That's the basic controls down. We did that. To get wood, it's just like breaking any other block. It's like that, and then you get wood. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this tree here, just because it's annoying. If you're playing on servers, don't leave floating trees. No, we're not going to keep this world. We're going to delete this world. Okay. Okay. And this is, I wanted to show you this. This is a cave. Let's go get a torch. I have some starting bases built on my test world, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to leave one torch there. You always want to leave one torch around the spawn area, just because if you die and you ain't got a bed yet, then it'll leave you some light at spawn and you won't get as many spawns. And I'll explain spawns later. This is a dead end cave. These are the types of caves you want to find and build starting bases in. Well, you can find these and build starting bases. There's nothing really in here besides stone. Ooh, lagging. So I wanted to show you this one because my cave example in my test world is in this cave here. So I wanted to show you what it looked like in the before picture. There's also a cave up there. That's a dead end cave. It is a little bigger than this one, lengthwise. So that's another option. Also, I like those caves better than these ones because they're higher up, and you can like light up the top part up there to where you won't get no spawns in that up there, and then they'll spawn down here instead, and they'll have to come up to you, which is always better. And then you can always dig out down 2 blocks because monsters, they can't jump up that height. You can't jump up that height either. So that's the thing. So if you dig out around the area where your door is, 2 blocks down, the monsters can't get up to you, and you stand there and smack them. Okay, I got other starting bases. I want to go over starting bases in this one, but I got examples, so I'm going to go through the examples later. For the map part of this, right here is a regular forest. The regular forest just has, regular oak trees and the birch trees in it. This is a plains, I believe. Yes, this is a plains. That is the extreme hills right there. As you can see, there's some rose bushes up there. It's good to get them, put them around your base. You can use bone meal to get extra dyes, flowers off of them, and then you can use that for dyes and stuff. Over there is a... I forgot the name of it. We'll head over there. I forgot the name of it. This is a plains too. There's a large plain. There's rabbits over here and everything. Also in the cave you saw the new stone. There's 3 new stones in the game, and there's this shiny versus. The one thing I don't like about them is right now there's no like steps or half blocks or anything of them. So I would like to have like steps and half blocks of them. I don't know why that didn't get added in. Let's run. Remember, you can double tap W to run. Also, you will stop running if you run into anything, and you will also stop running if you get down below 5 hunger hunches down there. People call them hunches, drumsticks, chicken nuggets, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to get into that here in a second, and then we will go over to the starting bases. If you're swimming, you want to press W to go forward, and then the space bar to keep jumping up, and that'll keep you swimming on the surface. Otherwise, you'll sink. So this here should be Tagga. That's it. And it's got a lot of spruce trees in it. There's supposed to be a big spruce tree. I can't get a big spruce tree to grow. I don't know if you have to be in a tagga to get it to grow. So if you know how to get the big spruce trees to grow, let me know in the comments. This area, this plains has rabbits, pigs, and cows. Cows are further over that way. Yeah. Okay, so down here, let's open the chat. No, that won't work either. Okay, down here at the bottom here, you have 10 hearts. Okay, this is not your hit points. Okay, this is a representation of your health. Okay, you actually have 20 health. Okay, and each one of these hearts is 2 points. Okay, and when you take damage, it'll take that amount of points off your hearts. Okay, so it'll basically, you can get like a half a point of damage, so each heart will be 2. That's the way that works. Okay, now this right here is your hunger bar. You can call them drumsticks, meat pops, chicken nuggets, whatever you want to call them. This is also 20 points, not 10. Some people get that confused. Each one of these meat pops here is 2 points. So you can go down to a half a one and then a whole one down. Okay, once you get down below 9 meat pops, you will not regenerate your health any. You have to eat something to do that. Also, there is a hidden bar, and it's been called different things. It's actually sustenance. And what happens when you eat certain items? They're more filling than other items. Now, some people say nutritious, and it's not really nutritious. Okay, it's just more filling than other items. Like if I eat a cookie, that's not going to be very filling. So I'm going to start losing my hunger faster. Okay, also when you're healing up your hit points, it will use your sustenance hidden bar first before it uses your hunger bar. So be mindful of that. Make sure you keep some high filling items like steaks, potatoes, most of the meats are high filling, and you want to keep some of the low filling foods on you, because the last food you eat is going to increase your substance. So you're going to be more filled up. So it's going to take longer for your actual meat pops to start going down. So that's it for the basic controls. I can't think of much more. You can go into your options here and go to resource packs, and this is the things. You can also hit the open resource folder, and it will go directly to your file location. Okay, and you can go in there and go back to the Minecraft file, and then go to saves, and you can copy your saves and do all kinds of stuff in there with that. Little secret thing. Also, the controls are here. You can switch them to whatever buttons you want to using this menu. It also has touch screen, so if you have a touch screen monitor or something like that, you can use that. I'll scroll down and let you see all the different controls. There's lots and lots of controls. There's a streaming option now, so you can you have to link your account up with Twitch or wherever you do your streaming at. That allows that kind of integration. And then you can stream straight from your Minecraft client here. You don't even have to go into Twitch. You can just start streaming automatically. Now, I think you do have to be logged in on your Twitch, so you might have to log in before you come into here. I don't know how that works. I have a Twitch account, but I don't do streaming yet because I don't think my computer's up to that, and I think I need more than one monitor. I think I'd like to have at least 2 monitors before I start streaming. So there's that. Video settings. If you are lagging still after turning this off, you can try turning your maximum frame rates down. You can turn your maximum render distance down. Now, they changed this to where the maximum distance is up to 32 blocks. If you read that carefully, it says for 64-bit computers. If you're not running on a 64-bit computers, do not turn this up all the way. This 32 blocks is for 64-bit computers only. Also, if your client isn't running in 64-bit, if your computer is a 32-bit and a 64-bit and it's running in 32 bits, that will cause you lag too. Also, you can lower this setting down to fast, and that will help you some on your lagging. Also, I always have clouds off. You can turn them off or on, whichever. You can try that to try to alleviate the lag. I'm going to log out this one, and then we'll go into my test world. And I have a couple of bases already set up. I don't want this to be too long. Okay, so as you can see, it's the same world. There's that cave. There is the there's that forest over there. Okay, so there's a couple of starting bases. Some of these are my designs. Some of them aren't. So I don't know who designed this kind of thing, but this is the first kind of base you can make. You just build it up high enough to where the monsters won't sense you when they're down there. Now the zombies will sense you from good far away, so you have to build pretty high if you don't want zombies. But the main things you're worrying about up high are skeletons. Okay, so at this height you should be pretty safe from skeletons seeing you and trying to come after you. It is an 8x8. This is the perfect design. You can put your block of water here instead of the ladder, and then dig a hole down there, and it'll give you a solid stream. And you can actually plant crops up here if you want. I always do this kind of a sky platform with dirt first, and then I build on top of the dirt, so then I can use it to farm with. Just be mindful of that. These are the first three things you want to make: furnace, craft a bench, chest. Now, these, I did two different ones, as you can see. Those are oak. These are birch. I did this on purpose. They changed the recipe for these. I need... The new fence recipe is this. Okay? You have to make these. You cannot do the other way anymore. This is not fence anymore. See? Nothing. So it doesn't do anything. You have to build it that way. It actually uses more resources, but they look tons better. Also, the doors have changed too. This is the door. It has to be all the same planks. You can't use mixed planks anymore for the doors, and it will give you a different door type depending on the planks you use. And they all four look different, or five. I think there's five different. There's 5 different woods now. Okay, so this is the second starting base. Now all these are pretty easy. You can do them straight off on the first day and be pretty safe. You do need a little bit of wood, a little bit more wood than you normally start out with. I will get to that amount later on. This is a pressure plate. It's a wooden pressure plate. It just closes the doors when you want to leave and go out without actually having to open the door. That way, you always put it on the inside because this will see. So, and the monsters can get it. Don't put it on the outside. Put it on the inside, and then you don't have to worry about closing the door ever again. A little tip. This is the same setup as before. Crafting bench, chest, furnace. These are half slabs. Now, the reason we put half slabs on the top here, and we dug down 2, so we dug down 2 blocks. I actually dug down 1 after placing the fences around. I dug down 2, and this is where this is just a starting base, guys. This is not going to be our final base. This is just a place for you to settle down, gather supplies and stuff, and then when you find a good location that you want your actual base that you want to build, you go over there and start building on it, and then you use this as your little base to come back to until you get that built. Then you move all your stuff into that base, and then you don't have to worry about this one anymore. Leave it as like a forward base or something. As you can see, they still can't jump up on here. How this works is you don't need to light this on top here. Monsters can't spawn if this is on the bottom half of the block. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See, this right here being the top half right here, and this is the bottom half. If you place a slab on this half up top here, they can spawn on that. Monsters can spawn on that. They can't spawn on half slabs. There's also a few other blocks. You can look on the wiki to see what kind of blocks they can spawn on and what they can't spawn on. This one's also real easy to do when you start out with. You can get the fence up and the two deep dug on your first day. The half slabs you might have to wait on, so you might have to worry about spiders. Spiders can climb over the fences. So if you can do that. This is your third base type. This is a pumpkin. You won't find pumpkins. You can use any block right here. I did a pumpkin because that was what I had in my hand at the time. This is a trap door. Now we'll go down in here. It's about 7, 8 blocks deep. You just want to dig down enough to have 3 blocks of stone. Okay, you don't want to be digging out dirt. And stone is going to be more useful to you. You got the same setup here. Ladders are like this. It's an H shape in the inventory, in the crafting grid, and it'll give you ladders. Each one gives you 3. They just require sticks. There's no birch ladders or anything. And the trap door is like this. It's 6 planks in a 2x3 area on your crafting grid. And it gives you 2 wooden trap doors. Okay, now there are iron trap doors, so iron trap doors require redstone for you to get into, but you don't need to know about that right now. This one you just right click to get in and out of. You want to close this at night because mobs can climb down ladders. Okay, so be mindful of that. Where's our stone at? Okay, we still get good. This is the cave. Now again, I would choose that cave up there over this cave right here. This is just the first one I came to. Also, if you do a cave, I suggest you get at least 1 piece of sand to make a piece of glass. And what this does is you're not going to have a door to start out with. Okay? Most of the time, you're just going to block it off with like that to start out with, and then you can put a door in later. But if you have a piece of sand with you, you can make a piece of glass in the furnace like this. Just put the sand in here and it'll cook up into glass. And then what you do is you place 1 block in the ceiling that is open to the air. So you'll just dig out like this, and then you'll place the piece of glass there. And what that will do is it will let you see the when it's daytime without having to use any special item or anything. And this is your basic startup here would be this, and that chest. Now you can make a double chest. You can take 1 chest and put it next to another chest, and it'll give you 32 slots instead of the 8 slots. I also have my chest room up here. It's got 4 more chests in it that's organized depending on the stuff I want in it. So this is the food chest. This is the wood chest. I got wood in here, don't I? I do. There we go. Okay, we'll put that in there. And then I have mob drops in here. And then this is just a miscellaneous one. I just put my extra broken tools in. You want to save your tools, you get more benefit from them. That's an example. Perfect, right here. These two too. Don't break your tools. Get them down to where they're low in health, and then you get like a 10-15% bonus for trying to fix them in your crafting grid like that. Yeah, see how this is down. This one's way down, but these two together make you more than enough to make you a brand new tool. So if you want, you can save them, especially the iron ones. Iron ones are good to do this. Stone ones, not so much, but the iron tools definitely don't break the tool. Just save it when it gets down really low and red, and then you can combine them together to make new tools. And this is until you get an enchantments running, which we'll talk about later. These are stairs. To make any kind of stair, you just put it in this shape here. Materials is the same no matter what the material you use. It does have to have like, you can't make dirt stairs, sadly. See, I'll show you. There. See, no dirt stairs. But as long as the material has the stairs recipe in coded into it, you can make stairs out of it using that thing recipe. So that's the basic start. This is the basic. There's one more base I can show you. There's an underwater base. Now sometimes it's very rare, but you will get underwater. You will get like an ocean, deep ocean biome. You'll spawn in it. Sometimes you'll spawn on a island. Not always. Okay, so I wanted to show this to you. This is 2 pieces of sugar cane, and you want to dig a hole in front of that sugar cane, and that lets the sugar cane count that as a water block, and then you can place them there. And this is a it blocks the water off for you, and it acts as a, what do you call that, pressure chamber or whatever. I forget what the name of it's called. Now these are actually jack-o'-lanterns. They're not pumpkins. What you make a jack-o'-lantern, you put a pumpkin on top and then a torch on the bottom like that. And I think I have some pumpkins here. No, I don't. But you put a torch on the bottom and a pumpkin on top, and that makes a jack-o'-lantern. Now the good thing about jack-o'-lanterns is they're waterproof. Let me place a torch here and I'll show you. See, I can't place a torch here. Every time I place a torch. Also, if you're underwater, deep underwater, and you're next to a thing and you have a torch, you can actually walk up to a wall and get air that way. It's kind of cheaty. But the pumpkins are waterproof. They still have the same range. Okay. Now, a pumpkin is 15 candles, not 14. So whereas this one has 14 candles, this one has 15. So it'll spread a little bit farther than the regular torch. So it's a little bit better to use these. If you don't like the look of pumpkins, you can put them in the ground like that and then put a piece of carpet on top of them. Also, I want to go up here because it's nighttime. At night, you will get monsters to spawn. See, right over there is a skeleton. There's 2 skeletons. There's the creeper I was telling you about. They will spawn at nighttime. You do not want to be in the water when you fight skeletons. I don't want to go over combat just yet. I just wanted to show you that at nighttime it does spawn mobs. There's a zombie. There's a spider. Now, the spiders... Let's get up high here. I don't think spiders can get you up here, so we'll find out. I think this will block them. I don't know if mobs can climb up ladders. I know they can. I know they can climb down them. So if they do climb up ladders, you'll want to block this off or put a trapdoor here. But as you can see, mobs are spawning. If the light level gets down below 7 candles, monsters will spawn on that location. They can walk around, so be mindful of that. They can spawn and then travel, although they usually don't. They usually just sit in one place and walk around in circles. If they sense you, they will come get you. So if those zombies could sense us, they would be right here underneath us, trying to eat our brains out. So this is Magzie. As you can see, there's lava over there. If you like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll send you notifications when I have new videos out. You can come check them out, see if you like them. If you do like the video and you want to share it with your friends, maybe they're playing Minecraft and it might help them. You can, there's a share tab down below. You can copy the link, post it in your Facebook, Twitter, wherever you do your social media at. And I will see you guys on the next episode.